Hello, class 12 students. How are you all? I am Madhvisha, your economics teacher. Today we are going to learn again about the first chapter of macroeconomics, that is Introduction to Macroeconomics, which consists of around 10 marks. This chapter is in link with the second chapter, National Income. Here today we are going to study about the introduction to macroeconomics. After explanation you will come to know that what is the meaning of macroeconomics, what are the scopes of macroeconomics, and what is its importance. Now let us see what is first of all microeconomics, because as you know in last year in 11th standard you have learned about the microeconomics. Let us revise that. Microeconomics is the study of how individual household and firm make decisions and how they interact with one another in the market. You know that microeconomics is the study of the behavior of an individual unit. That means it studies the individual income, it studies individual consumer, individual firm, it studies one particular commodity and its price. So it is at a very small scale. The study is at a very small scale. We are studying just one particular customer or one particular firm or one particular product. Again, the tool used is demand and supply. We do all the studies by looking at its demand side and its supply side, and thus determine the price of any commodity. So that's why the other name of microeconomics is also the price theory. Okay. Now, in this year, in 12th standard, you are going to study about macroeconomics. What is macroeconomics? Macroeconomics deals with the functions of economy as a whole. In simple terms, you can say that macroeconomics is the study of the behavior of the aggregate of the economy as a whole. Means, in simple terms, you study the national economy. Here you study the average income of a whole nation, average total output, average total demand, aggregate supply, aggregate income, aggregate consumption, total savings, etc. Also, the general price level which prevails in the nation, in the economy. So, in short, you can say that it is the study of a large economy or a study of a national economy. The central problem of a macroeconomics is the problem of determination of income and employment. It is thus said the theory of income and employment. Here we study that how to determine the national income, how to determine the average employment in the nation. So that is why it is known as the theory of income. Macroeconomics deal with the economy as a whole. It studies the behavior of economic aggregate. Let me tell you, aggregate here means average total. Thus, the aggregate income, aggregate consumption, investment, and overall price level is studied over here in macroeconomics. In short, if I say that when you study the nation's income or a nation's total output or a total savings of a nation, you are studying the macroeconomics. Now let us see the major concerns of macroeconomics, a major study area of macroeconomics. It includes the aggregate demand, aggregate supply, savings, inflation, deflation, economic growth, employment, trade cycle, international trade, and fiscal and monetary policies. We have a special chapter on each of these topics, which we are going to study through the entire year. Let us see the importance, that why it is important to study the macroeconomics. Naturally, because it explains the working of economy as a whole. We here study that how the national income, national economy as a whole, how the nation's economics work. It examines the aggregate behavior of the macroeconomics entities like firm, household, and government. Here we study that how the total household of the nation, total firms of the nation, the government of the nation, say suppose India, that how the government of India behaves, how the total firm which are producing the output in the economy, how they behave. We study these all things in the macroeconomics. It is very useful to the planner for preparing the economic plans for the country's development. Naturally, because when country wants to develop and it has to make 5-year plans, it has to make some policies. So how would it happen unless and until you have the facts and figures? So macroeconomics gives all the numbers, all the facts and figures, and with the help of that numbers, the planner prepares the economic plan for the country's development. So it is very important to study the macroeconomics. It is helpful in the national comparison. When we want to compare the economy of India with the economy of USA or with the economy of Pakistan, and how we would do unless we have our tools which are given in macroeconomics. So with the help of macroeconomics, we study the different nation and compare that which nation is progressing and which is developing. It is the knowledge. Its knowledge is indispensable for the policymakers for formulating the macroeconomic policies such as monetary policy, fiscal policy, industrial policy, exchange rate policy, income policy, etc. You should know very well over here that the policy makers, when they make the tax policy or an exchange rate policy, currency policy, income tax policy, they always study the macroeconomics, and by looking at the situation of the country, they will formulate the policy accordingly. So macroeconomics is very important to study over here. It explains the economic dynamism and intricate the interrelationship between the macroeconomic variable such as price level, income, output, and employment. Here it is trying to say that it is explaining, macroeconomics explains the interrelationship between the price of the commodity which are prevailing in the market in our country, India, the income of the people of the India, what is the total output, and the employment rate prevailing in India. All these variables are studied and how they are interrelated with each other, that is explained in macroeconomics. So we need to study this economics. Now let us see that what is the scope of macroeconomics. Macroeconomics studies the concept of national income, its method and measurement. Here you have to study what is national income, how it is calculated through different methods, how it is measured. So these falls under the scope of macroeconomics. Macroeconomics studies the problem related to employment and unemployment. As you know that this is also known as income and employment theory, so naturally it studies the problem related to employment and unemployment. Macroeconomics studies the function of money and theories related to it. Banks and other financial institutions are also the part of its study. As we know that it studies the fiscal policies and monetary policies. So, naturally, the bank and all the financial institutions are the part of its study. The study of the problems related to economic growth or increase in per capita real income forms the part of macroeconomics. Here, macroeconomics studies that what preference should be given to economic growth or increase in per capita income of the people. So, it will study according to situation and make the policy for the economic growth of the country. So all these things falls under the macroeconomics. Macroeconomics also studies the trade among the different countries, theory of international trade, tariff, protection, etc. are the subject of great significance to macroeconomics. Now let me tell you an example before I explain you this point, that before few months there was a cold war between the USA and China, and it was a cold trade war. USA had banned few Chinese products. It had implemented a heavy tax on the imports, and it had made a protection for US products. Means if the US citizen purchases the US made product, it would cost them at a lower price. So Donald Trump, the president of USA, was protecting the US economy against the cheap Chinese products. So when you study the economy of USA and the economy of China, its international trade, its tax policies, then that forms the part of macroeconomics. So, now coming back to this point, it says that macroeconomic studies the trade situation which is prevailing among the different countries and its trade, import and export and tax policies. So that is it for this video. See you later. Bye. Take care.